Bro, when I tell you spirit does not play, sis, the spirit don't play. Hey y'all, it's Janay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a guided full moon pole dance meditation for the full moon in Libra. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm Kelsey. I'm a pole dancer and pole instructor, and I talk about all things pole on my channel. I give you guys tips, tricks, tutorials, and I also talk about how I use pole dancing as a spiritual practice. And this is actually the first time I'm making a video like this. Spirit told me to do it, so I'm doing it, stepping out of my comfort zone and really stepping into something that really resonates with me. I already talk about pole dancing on my channel, but I'm starting to get called to talk about spirituality more and kind of integrating the two. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I also have to give a huge shout out to Pretty Boy XO. Michaela girl, if you're watching this, thank you so much for shouting me out. I was not expecting that at all. So yes, if you don't know who that is, Michaela is another YouTuber who is like way more poppin' than I am, but she also talks about spirituality too, and I'm just like so grateful that the universe really aligned us in this way, because I've been subscribed to her channel for a long time. I've seen her growth on YouTube. I love her videos. I love her spirit. I love her personality. I love her authenticity and how she's just not afraid to be herself, which really inspires me as well, because I'm really just trying to step into that, you know, just being me and not sitting here trying to be like this perfect person, because I'm definitely not. So I just really want to show up as my true authentic self, and Michaela has really inspired me to do that. So if you're watching this, girl, thank you so much. I love you so much. I love 444 the mental, so I really just want to reciprocate that energy and reciprocate the love. So yes, thank you again. Love you. Now, getting into this video, like I said, this is going to be a guided meditation, and it's going to be a guided meditation in two parts. So the first part of this video, we're going to be talking about the full moon in Libra, what it represents, the kind of energy that it's bringing to us right now, and how we can use it to manifest certain intentions in our life. And I'm also going to be pulling an oracle card just to help give us some more insight to this full moon energy and to get a little bit more guidance as we go through the session. So this is the deck I'm going to be using. It's called the Moonology Oracle Cards deck. It's a super pretty deck, and I actually just got this in the mail, and I got it for the reason of this video. So I'm solely going to be using these cards for these meditations that I'm going to be doing going forward, and I decided that I'm going to be doing full moon meditations and new moon meditations. So I'm going to be doing videos like this twice a month, in addition to all of my other pole dancing videos. Like, I'm still going to be doing those as well, but this is the way that I'm going to be integrating spirituality into my channel. So yes, I'm going to be using these cards, and I've been fascinated by the moon since I was a child. So the fact that I was able to find this deck, well, it really just found me. I wasn't even looking for this deck, but I was just like searching up more oracle cards and things like that, because I just got into that, and I only have one deck right now, but I wanted to get another one, and this is the one that I came across, and I'm like, what a time, because it truly aligns with what I'm trying to do with my channel. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be pulling from. So I'm going to pull from that deck as well, like I said, just to give us additional guidance as we do the journal meditation and journal prompts. I'm going to give you guys some journal prompts to help you set your intentions, manifestations, and just kind of get out whatever you need to get out right now under this full moon. And then in the second part of this video, I'm going to be doing a guided pole dance meditation, where I'm going to be showing you some pole dance moves and movements that we can use to extract the energy of the full moon to physically manifest our intentions. So check out the timestamps below if you're just interested in learning about the full moon and these oracle cards to see what card comes up. You can definitely watch that, or you can skip ahead to the guided pole dance meditation, or you can do both. So yes, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I have my journal here with all of my notes, and this is the journal that I use for everything. I do all of my journaling in here, all of my manifesting, setting my intentions, but I also write down all of my ideas in here. Like, anything that comes to my mind or I feel like I need to write, I write it down in this journal. And I also want to preface this too by saying I'm not like an astrologer or anything like that. I'm just very much spiritually in tune, and I just feel called to share this with you all, the things I've been learning, the things I've been feeling, the things I've been stepping into. I just feel called to do that, and I really want to share it with you guys, and I know a lot of you have been connecting with that as well. It's been resonating with you as well, so I really just want to make this another focus of my channel, so I'm really excited to do that. So getting into this full moon in Libra, so yes, I'm going to be looking down to look at my notes on here just to make sure I don't miss anything. So the full moon in Libra provides energy for healing, protection, and harmony, which is so beautiful. It's really a time for us to reflect and sit back and take care of ourselves. And just to think about Libra for a moment, I also happen to be a Libra rising, but Libra represents balance, duality, partnership, and relationship. And when I say partnership and relationship, that doesn't necessarily mean with a significant other, but it could really mean the relationship with yourself or relationship with things in your life, like health and fitness, or with work, just pretty much anything that you personally have a relationship, but also the relationship with yourself. Now, going back to the full moons represent a time of release, right? And it's interesting to think about this full moon because it's actually the first full moon of the astrological new year. So thinking about spring, we just had spring equinox. We're stepping into a new season, and start of spring also represents the start of Aries season. So we just got into Aries season. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, so we are in a new astrological year. And so this full moon really does represent releasing and starting anew and stepping into a new space. And thinking about spring, we always hear about spring cleaning things out. This is a time to really get your life together, okay? That is the kind of energy that I'm feeling. It is time to get our lives together. It's time to clear everything out. It's time to clear out energy that no longer serves us. It's time to clear out habits that no longer serves us, and to really just get our minds right and to get ourselves together. So with cleaning things out, we are also creating space for new energy. So if you find yourselves cleaning up your homes and getting rid of stuff, also take the time to look inward and clean out the energy that no longer serves you, especially when we think about we're in spring and things are starting to bloom, things are starting to grow, and coming out of winter where we take the time to kind of hibernate and go inward. Now we're coming out of ourselves, so we're really in a shifty kind of place right now, which that transition can be a little bit rocky. I know I'm not the only one who feels it coming out of winter going into spring. I feel like there's a lot of excitement around this time, especially thinking about the things that have happened over the past year. Like, we are really in a new space, and I feel like everybody can feel that because March 2021, I feel completely different than I did March of last year. Like, you know, 2020, we all know how 2020 went for everybody, and I feel like I don't know who you are, but we all went through things in 2020 over the past year. But now is a time to kind of just let go and move forward into a new season of our lives. So yeah, I really want to focus in on that, cleaning things out and creating space for something new, creating space for growth and evolution. That's kind of what this time represents. I'm actually gonna pull out my cards right now so I can start shuffling them. Ooh, and also thinking about the full moon in Libra. Libra represents balance, right? So this full moon really urges us to find balance between the old and the new. So when we're cleaning things out, when we're thinking about spring cleaning, you're kind of organizing your life, right? You're getting rid of things that no longer serve you, but you're also finding things that you're like, oh hey, like I forgot about this, or I haven't seen this in a while, let me keep this. So it's about doing that too. It's not about getting rid of everything, but it's kind of just like, all right, let me see what I don't need anymore. What can I let go of, but what can I keep to repurpose for something that's beneficial for me and that will help me, you know, continue growing into my highest self. And when I say repurposing old energy, I even mean negative energy. I mean anger, I mean sadness, I mean hurt, because I don't care who you are, 2020 impacted everyone in one way or another, and I feel like we all felt that on a spiritual level, okay? I don't care who you are, we all felt the impact of what the last year brought us. So there was a lot of hurt, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of bad things to happen to a lot of people. No one went unscathed in 2020, but we need to realize that our wounds do not define us, and it's okay because they're just obstacles for us to grow and to get over and to get closer to our highest selves. So keeping that in mind, I actually want to read this quote that I found, and if I can find it, I'm actually going to pop it on the screen. But it says, "It is in these wounds that give us compassion, the strength, and the wisdom to rise up into a new power and into a truer and more authentic version of ourselves. It is through transcending these wounds that we are able to heal and inspire not just ourselves, but also those around us." So yeah, I don't know who needed to hear that, but I definitely needed to hear that, okay? Just talking about these wounds, right? We've all been hurt this past year, but we're in a new season, you guys. We're in Aries season. It's a new astrological new year. It's spring. Hot girl summer is around the corner. Like I said, it's time to pop out. It's time to pop out, sis. And not sit here and just dwell on the past, dwell on past hurts, dwell on 2020. I mean, we gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. We gotta move forward, and we have to grow and rise up into our most authentic self. So like I said, literally in the beginning of this video, I was inspired by Pretty Boy XO to just be more authentic, be more real, and to show up as myself. So just to kind of wrap up this full moon energy and really what it means, whew. And there's our card. It just popped right out. So I'm gonna read this in a moment. So just to kind of wrap up my final thoughts on this full moon, your wounds do not define you. They don't define you, sis. Your wounds do not define you, so let's not dwell on them. It's okay to let it go. It's okay to heal. You are protected, you are healed, and you are whole. And just going with that too, thinking about healing and being okay and letting go, let's also not rush the process. because there's no need to rush, right? A lot of us are really excited right now. Like I said, it's spring, it's getting warm, we all want to get back outside, we all want to get back to life, right? But we still need to take the time to sit with ourselves and reflect and allow ourselves to heal in the way that we need to, and kind of just flow into this new season. There is no rush. It's all about flowing, right? It's all about flowing with ease. Like, take the time to tend to yourself. Okay, self-care is a big thing. Love on yourself. Organize that energy and those thoughts. Think about those things that are no longer serving you. And let's talk about energy for a second, because I've come into a period where I'm now realizing and just becoming more sensitive to the fact that it is so easy to absorb other people's energy. You might be feeling something and it's not even you feeling it, but you're feeling the effects of somebody else. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, you might be feeling your partner's feelings, or your family, your parents, your siblings, your friends. There might be people in and out of your life who are just kind of bringing energy to you, but it's not really yours, right? So we need to take account of that as well and be aware, just be more self-aware to really get in touch with ourselves and what we're truly feeling, how we really feel, and the kind of energy that is within us, and how we can take that energy and get it out in a healthy and beneficial way. We need to do a spiritual spring cleaning. That is what this time is for. So this is the energy that we are going to be using going into our journal prompts in a second. And before we get into the journal, I want to talk about the card that just jumped out as I was shuffling and talking about all this stuff. And wow, so we got the full moon eclipse card. So I'll just show it to you. Hopefully it's focused so you can see it there. There we go. This is the full moon eclipse card, and it says conclusions are within reach. And how interesting is that I actually pulled out a full moon card from this deck. Like I said, this is the Moonology deck, so all of the cards show the moon in its different cycles. So I actually pulled out a full moon card on this full moon. So we are going to talk about this card because it actually comes with a guidebook, but I actually just want you to look at it for a moment, see what pops out at you, what resonates with you. It's a very fiery, bright moon. You see the darkness surrounding it, but the moon is so bright. So yes, that is the energy that I got just from immediately looking at this card. But I want to go ahead and read the guidebook for what this card represents. And here's the back of card so you can see. So all of the cards show the moon in its different phases, and we happen to get a full moon card for this full moon. So let's go ahead and read what it really means. I'm going to look in the guidebook that came with this deck, and it tells you about what each card represents. So let's go ahead and figure out what this full moon eclipse card means. All right, so the full moon eclipse card, like I said, I pulled this card for the collective. So this is just a general reading for all of us. If you're watching this, this is for you. Full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. Bro, what did I just say? We're literally in a new season of our lives. It's time to let the last year go, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak, or has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. Let it go. Let it go. Like, spirit does not play. All right, let's keep reading. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for. Whew. What I just say, I was called to do these videos, like soul mission, bro. I'm sorry, I keep stopping, but like, I just get chills when spirit just comes through like that. Like, this is how I get all my messages and my downloads. Like, spirit just know what to be talking about. So let's keep on reading. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop like interrupting this. All right, what you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for. A way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. Y'all, literally, what did I say? Ease, relax. It's no time to rush. Just allow yourself to flow into this new season, right? If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it might be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be key to resolving this situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but it releases it so you can move on. Need I say anything else? There's more. Let me keep reading. It gives you some additional notes on the card, I guess different ways that you can use it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Also, forgive me for my nails, y'all. They just need done. But yeah, so it gives you a little bit more information. So, attune to the moon. That which is meant for me will not pass me by. That's an affirmation. Additional meanings for this card. Doors which slam shut now will not reopen. Let it go, sis. Let it go. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation and pranayama, I'm sorry, I'm probably saying that wrong. Meditation, pranayama, and yoga nidra are all recommended now. Cede control and let events unfold. Spirit doesn't play, you guys. Spirit does not play. All right. And so the teaching. Full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but on steroids. A full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change, something many of us are uncomfortable with. But change is a part of life, and this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses can also give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. And y'all, the journal prompts I got for you today are really going to be like some shadowy prompts. And I'm so sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry at all, because shadow work is necessary for growth. Like I said, I never pulled from this deck before. This is the very first time I pulled from this deck, the very first card I pulled from this deck. And I wrote my journal prompts before even filming this video, and they're gonna be shadowy, sis. We're gonna be getting real with ourselves. We're gonna be doing the work, because like I said, we need to unravel that energy. We need to get in touch with ourselves, and to grow into our highest selves, we need to face ourselves. We need to be real with ourselves and untangling that energy within us. Like I said, over the past year, it's time to let it go. It's time to face that anger. It's time to face that hurt. It's time to face that frustration. It's time to face all of it, repurpose it to help us ease and flow into this new season. So let's get into this journal prompt. All right, y'all, so getting into these journal prompts now. I'm titling this the Spring Cleaning Journal Prompt. So here's what I came up with. Number 1, I want you to write down 3 things that no longer serve you. Number 2, I want you to write down 3 things that will bring you closer to your highest self. And number 3, I want you to write down 3 affirmations. Now, these prompts are just a starting point just to help get you inspired, but if there's anything else you feel called to write, go ahead and do so. You don't just have to write 3 things, you can write more. I actually ended up writing more myself, so I will be sharing that in a couple moments here. But yes, really just take this time to reflect and journal and get whatever is inside out on the paper. So I just finished journaling and I'm gonna read you guys what I wrote, and I would love if you feel comfortable if you left me what you wrote down in the comments so we can all just kind of share that energy with each other. So the 3 things that I wrote down that no longer serve me, and I actually kind of wrote 4 things down for each. Like I mentioned before, you don't have to just write 3 things. If you feel called to write more, write more. If you feel called to write other things besides the journal prompts that I gave you, please do that. Just do whatever spirit tells you to do. And when I say what spirit tells you to do, it's kind of those things that kind of just pop up in your mind to do. Like for example, I got the idea to do this video. That did not come from me, that divinely came from spirit, so I had to go with it and just do it. So getting into my journal, the 3 things that no longer serve me: smoking weed every day. Yes, I'm just being real. Over the past year, I've used weed as a crutch pretty much every day of the pandemic of 2020. You know, I lost my job back in like June of 2020. Was having a tough time finding work, and my YouTube channel wasn't really making that money. I wasn't even teaching anymore, so it was just kind of at a low point. If we're gonna be honest, you know, I'm being real. Like I said, this is shadow work. At least the prompts that are coming up today, this is shadow work. This is being real, and I used weed as a crutch like way too much, to the point where I was just at home every day just smoking. Like I wasn't doing anything else. I'm like, well, I don't got nothing else to do. But that did not serve me. It does not serve me. I wasn't getting anything done. And even when I started like getting the energy to do things and getting back into my channel and getting back into teaching and doing that virtually, it just took me a long time to get up. Yeah, because I was really depressed. And like I said, 2020 affected everyone. I'm not going to come up on here like I'm some perfect person and like I just have it all figured out and together, because I 100% don't, sis. Like I don't. So yeah, I kind of just used that as a crutch, a very unhealthy crutch, because I was doing it way too much. And I finally got into a point where I'm like, okay, I can't reach my highest self if I keep, you know, keeping these old habits that keep me down. So yeah, that's something I had to face and something I had to deal with. And right now, as I'm filming this video, I haven't smoked weed in 3 days, which is a win for me. So I'm gonna keep it going, and not like I'm giving it up for good, because I'm not. Like I just don't intend to give it up, but it's definitely not something I'm gonna be doing every day. And I have to be more cognizant of how I'm treating my body. So maybe that's a message for somebody too. If you feel like you've been doing too much of a little smoking, too much of a little drinking, but you got things that you want to do that you know is going to help get you to your highest self, you kind of got to let go of those things that aren't helping you, sis. So yeah, I have to just get myself and my body and my mind together. So that's one way I can do that. I'm also letting go of self-doubt. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things I wanted to do, but I would say this time last year, I was probably not super confident and like, no, I can't do that. And that was the thing too. Like there was a lot of times where like I was getting depressed because I wanted to do things, but I didn't feel confident enough. I felt like I didn't have the knowledge to do certain things, but I'm like, bro, like you can literally be whatever you want in this world. And I know I have something special to bring, but I have to believe in myself, and I can't do that if I'm constantly doubting myself. So yes, I'm letting go of self-doubt. I'm also letting go of procrastination. I mean, I feel like that goes kind of hand in hand. Like, yeah, I got things I need to do, but I'm not going to do it. I'll do it tomorrow. Stop telling yourself you're going to do it tomorrow and do it now. And bad food. I'm getting better right now, but especially over the past year with the panorama or whatever, I was definitely ordering out all the time. Fried greasy foods. It doesn't make me feel good anymore. Like it's not even like it's something like, oh, I just got to get rid of it, but my body was literally telling me like, Kelsey, you cannot eat this stuff no more. You can't just keep eating all this fried bad food. You can't keep eating all these pastas and alfredos and all this cheese. Like you can't do it. Like you got to take care of your body, and especially because of the industry that I'm in, it is imperative that my body is in tip-top shape, you know, as much as I can help it. So if there's anything that I can do to keep me healthy, I need to do that. So not eating bad food and not smoking smoking weed every day is going to help get me there. Now, getting into the 3 things, or 4 things, because I wrote 4, that will bring me closer to my highest self. And I wrote staying organized and motivated, you know, keeping my life together, not procrastinating, making sure I have everything in order, especially right now because I'm at a point where I am working for myself, and that's something that is new that I'm stepping into. So again, we're in a new season, and I really am stepping into a new season of my life, and I need to get organized and stay motivated because right now everything is on me. I don't have a boss telling me what to do and stuff, so I really have to be my own boss and hold myself accountable. So the way I can do that is by staying organized and staying motivated. I also wrote down focusing on health and fitness. Like I said before, that is paramount to me, especially the industry I'm in. I really need to take that seriously and make sure when I'm teaching people, I'm telling them, y'all need to exercise, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that. But I also need to take my own advice and do that for myself so I can be in the best shape possible so that I can continue helping other people. Another thing that I wrote was making self-care a daily priority. So again, when I was talking about healing and taking that time to heal and to reflect, self-care will help a lot with that. Taking care of yourself, loving on yourself, and just making space from yourself in your daily life, whatever that is. Self-care can just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna take a nap because a nap will feel good right now, or I'm gonna go take a walk because it's beautiful outside, or I'm gonna paint my nails, I'm gonna do my toes, I'm gonna do my hair. Just do those things that make you feel good. Whatever makes you feel good, make that a priority every day. And it doesn't have to be like a super long thing, you know. If it's literally just waking up and making a cup of tea and going outside, like if that makes you feel good, then do that. Do the things that make you feel good and let go of the things that don't make you feel good. And I also wrote down committing to my daily morning routine. Now that's something that I have not been consistent with, but I find that when I stick to my morning routine, like I feel really, really good and I get a lot done in that day. It just gives me a better day overall when I get up and actually do my morning routine. So I just want to make sure I make that a priority every day, or as many days as I can throughout the week, even if it's just Monday through Friday, making sure I start my day with that morning routine. And starting my day, I will just say this, I wake up every day and say thank you. I start my days with gratitude. That alone really sets the tone for my day, regardless of what's going on in my life. I wake up every day and say thank you because it's a brand new day to do something new. Now, the affirmations that I wrote: I am healed, whole, and divinely protected. The key to my success is within me. I am confident, creative, motivated, and driven. I release what no longer serves me with ease. And I also want to mention too, anytime I write in my journal, if you're just getting into spirituality or trying to tap in, there's a lot of different ways that spirit will speak to you. So for me, it's kind of through automatic writing, whatever comes to my mind, or even just speaking the things that come out. I really attribute that to spirit, because a lot of things I'm not even cognizant of. Things just kind of pop in my head and I write it down or I speak it, and yeah, that's just what it is. But I also see numbers as well. So one thing that I do, I always write down the time of when I'm writing. So hopefully you can see that. Right when I finished this journal prompt, I looked at the time and it was 1:01 p.m. and that's one of the numbers that I see a lot. So yeah, definitely take a note of that. If you feel like, am I crazy, am I seeing this number a lot, definitely take note of when you see these numbers, write them down, especially when you're journaling, because that's another way that spirit will speak to you. And then you can look them up to see what those angel numbers mean, because that's what I call them. I call them angel numbers. Most people call them angel numbers, but if you see numbers a lot, definitely take note of when you see them and see what it means and see what spirit is trying to say to you. But yeah, so that is the journal prompt. That is the reading for today. I hope it was helpful. I hope, you know, that resonated with someone out there. This was really powerful for me. So now we are going to take everything that we wrote down. We're going to take all of that and integrate it into the pole dance meditation so we can physically manifest everything that we just wrote down and really get in touch with this energy of the full moon. So let's get into it. So getting into this pole dance meditation, of course, we are going to start with a warm-up, because you always need to warm your body up before you do any type of pole dancing. Also, check your pole, make sure it's clean, and I'm going to be using mine on static. So first, we're going to take our head and let it roll. Now go ahead and take it in the opposite direction. From here, we're going to take our shoulders and alternate them rolling back. Now go ahead and alternate the shoulders forward. From here, we're going to take our right arm and bring it across our chest and roll out your right wrist. Now go ahead and bring that arm up and over, making sure to take some time to take a couple deep breaths here. Now go ahead and switch arms. We're going to bring the left in front and roll out the left wrist. And we're going to take that arm up and over our head. Again, remember to breathe. Bringing the arms down, we're going to take a nice inhale to bring the arms up, and then we're going to roll our chest all the way down to our knees and then roll the body back up. Again, another inhale, bringing the arms up and rolling the chest all the way down to the knees, nice and easy. And we'll do that one more time. Nice inhale, bringing the arms up and rolling the chest down, nice and gentle, and then rolling back up. From here, we're going to stand with our legs together, taking another inhale, bringing the arms up, and then rolling all the way down to press our hands into the floor. From here, I'm turning to the side so you can see I'm taking the right leg and sliding it all the way back to come down on my right knee. And then I'm going to take the opposite hand as foot to get a nice stretch in my quads right here. From here, I'm going to bring the hips back to straighten the front leg to get a nice deep stretch. Remember to breathe, nice and easy. From here, I'm going to lunge forward and then come up and straighten both legs to get a nice deep stretch. Go ahead and bring the back foot forward, and then I'm going to slide the left leg back, bringing the knee to the floor. Opposite hand's leg reaches back to get another stretch here. And we're going to go ahead and bring the hips back, straightening that front leg, taking a nice deep breath right here as we stretch. And then we're going to lunge forward and then come up to straighten both legs. Now bringing your feet together, we are going to roll up nice and slow, making sure your head is the last thing to come up. Now from here, we're going to open the legs to shoulder width apart, taking a nice inhale to bring the arms up, and we're going to walk all the way out into a push-up position. And yes, we are going to do some push-ups, so I want you to go ahead and give me 8 push-ups. Feel free to modify as needed, and if you can't do 8, do as many as you can. When we're done, we're going to bring our pelvis to the floor to arch the back to look up at the ceiling and taking a nice deep breath right here. Go ahead and release the chest to the floor, and we're going to move our hands back a little bit closer to our rib cage, and we're going to arch up one more time, looking at the ceiling, taking a nice deep breath. Now bringing the chest down to the floor, we're going to roll over on our back and work on some legs. So we're going to bring both of our legs up, and we are going to do these nice wavy leg motions. So what you want to think about here is, to get this wavy effect, you're straightening your leg as it's going forward and then slightly bending the knee to bring it back, and then just alternating between both legs doing that motion. Your leg is straight going forward, the knee is bending as it comes back. And then we're just going to bring the feet down and do 16 crunches. Yes, I know y'all didn't think we were gonna do this much of a workout today, but like I said, I'm working on my health and fitness and getting stronger, so we do need to work out these muscles to do that. After your 16 crunches, go ahead and take a quick break, and then we're gonna do 16 bicycle crunches. So opposite elbow comes to the opposite knee, just alternating back and forth 16 times. Once you finish your crunches, we're gonna take a nice deep breath and gently release the body up, and we're gonna bring our legs together, hands go up, and we are just gonna roll straight down the middle, reaching for our feet. Again, making sure to breathe, taking nice deep breaths. From here, we're gonna gently roll the body up and open our legs into a straddle. And then go ahead and take your right hand and reach all the way over to the left foot. Now come up and switch sides, taking the left hand and reach all the way over to the right. Here we're going to come up to center with our arms up, and we are going to roll down the middle, keeping your back as straight as possible, resting your hands on the ground where it's comfortable, and just taking a few moments here to breathe, and just take a moment here to meditate and think about all of the things that you're releasing and all of the things you're pulling into self. Really just taking the time to focus on that energy and really meditate on everything you want to manifest in this moment. Now gently release the body up. We're going to gently close the legs and come up to stand up. And I'm just kind of gently rolling around on the floor. Just take your time getting up off of the floor. Like I said, we're being nice and easy and flowy. Now let's go ahead and get into this pole. So here are the things we're going to be working on. I want to start off by doing some nice flowy walks around the pole. So go ahead and take your time walking around the pole, making sure to keep that inside hand nice and high, and really just creating flow right here. You can go ahead and do a couple turns around yourself. Don't do anything too crazy. We're really just thinking about flowing and being easy. As you can see, I do have my journal nearby because I'm going to keep going back and reading through my affirmations and everything that I journal, just so I can kind of repeat it in my head as I'm dancing. But right now we just want to walk around the pole and get it warmed up. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talking about the intentions of this pole meditation. So what we are doing today is creating flow with intention. I want you to slow down, okay? I don't want you to force it, and we're gonna stay grounded. So don't think about doing any crazy tricks right now. You can go ahead and do that closer to the end. I just want you to think about flowing around the pole nice and easy, nice and slow. And we're just gonna iron out the small details. So as you're taking your time, really focus in on each body part and what it's doing and how each body part can help you create flow. So for me, I always like to take my outside leg and kind of bring it out from the pole, or or do some waves and kind of just create space, right? Because that's the thing too, we're spring cleaning, and this is a way that we can create space right now. So even if you have a small space that you're pole dancing in, you can still make space. Like for me, my bed is always in my way, but we need to understand how to maneuver around those obstacles. So that is another intention of this session, to really just create space. And the last intention that we're focusing on is to be open. Just be open to whatever your body wants to do in this moment. That goes along with not forcing it. Just let your body flow and be open to the possibilities in this moment, and listen to your body. Allow it to speak right now and to help you manifest all of your intentions that you wrote down in the journal session. So as you're dancing, I want you to go back and review your journal. As you're dancing, you will see me doing some of the same moves throughout this session. Because I am repeating the same affirmations in my head. So the things that I wrote down, I am repeating to myself right now as I'm dancing. So I'm repeating to myself, I am creative, motivated, successful. Whatever affirmations you wrote down, go ahead and continue to think about those and focus in on those and repeat those in your mind as you're dancing. Don't focus so much on the pole and what your body is doing, but focus on those intentions that you set for yourself. And as we continue to dance together, I'm going to go ahead and read off some words that I think resonated with this full moon in Libra and our journal prompts that I think will help aid you in this pole session as you continue to dance. So the words that really stood out and resonated with me, and I think will resonate with you as well, are balance, duality, partnership, new beginnings, growth, evolution, strength, wisdom, endurance, compassion, and clarity. So I will go ahead and read off my affirmations one more time, and then for the rest of this session, I want you to just enjoy this session, really enjoy the moment, really be present in this moment, and I want you to continue repeating your affirmations to yourself until the end of this video. I am healed, whole, and divinely protected. The key to my success is within me. I am confident, creative, motivated, and driven. I release what no longer serves me. All right, you guys, so go ahead and finish up your last spins. Or if you would like to continue dancing even after this video ends, feel free to do that. Do whatever spirit has called you to do. But I hope you enjoyed this guided pole dance meditation. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, how it made you feel, the things that came up for you. And we can really just discuss everything that we are focusing on in this moment, everything that we're manifesting and affirming. And I want us all to really just affirm each other, support each other, and really just create this community of unity through pole dance and spirituality. Thank you all so much for meditating with me today, and I will catch you in the next video.